work as it relates to citizenship and answering any questions that individuals may have. Because if you want to become a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis, we also want to take the opportunity to assist you.
All right, and that's a perfect segue to speak to the person from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I've been waiting for this one. Good afternoon. How are you? Hello. Okay, we're going to go to commercial break, and then we will come back with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
It's Friday the 13th at the Phoenix stores this Friday. Enjoy more love with 26% off store-wide at the Phoenix Center. 13% off store-wide at 5 drugstore locations. Friday the 13th, buy 26 Nabisco snacks for $13. Lance crackers are 26 for $13. Nestle Kit Kat 4 Fingers are 13 for $13. Cadbury chocolate bars are 13 for $13. Skittles are 13 for $13. Old Dutch chips are 13 for $13. Celsius energy drink 6 for $13. Ivory body wash 3 for $13. Huggies natural care wipes 3 for $13. Minerva paper towel 4 for $13. Scott Comfort Plus 7 for $13. Tony and Jeff Feed 3 for $13, and Tide liquid detergent 2 for $26. These offers and more are available all day while stocks last at the Phoenix Center, Woodbourne Chemist, Clarendon Pharmacy, Collectors Hill Apothecary, Paget Pharmacy, and Ward Pharmacy. Friday the 13th, this Friday, enjoy 26% off store-wide at the Phoenix Center, the Annex Toys, and Phoenix First. 13% off at the Phoenix Store's 5 drugstore locations, up to 39% off at Brown & Co., and 13% off select items at P-Tech and 59 Front. Terms apply. See in-store for details. The Phoenix Stores, for a better life.
Valentine's Day is about showing love in simple, thoughtful ways. Whether you're crafting the perfect meal at home or just looking for a sweet treat, at Lindo's, you'll find everything you need to make it special. It's easy to put something meaningful together at Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
And welcome back. We now have a representative of the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs of St. Kitts and Nevis, the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Bermuda.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Please introduce yourself, sir.
Yes, I'm Chris O'Daniel, Deputy Consul General of St. Kitts and Nevis in New York.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so, as you know, the historical connection between Bermuda and St. Kitts?
Yes, that's true.
Tell us what you know. It's Danielle with no S, right?
No S on the Daniel. Just
Okay.
Daniel.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we do have...
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Just saying, you asked about the connection between St. Kitts and Nevis, which dates back to the days of the British naval shipyards, where we had a lot of nationals from St. Kitts and Nevis who migrated to Bermuda to work in the shipyard. And so we do have that connection where a lot of families in Bermuda do have that connection with St. Kitts and Nevis.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So there was multiple waves of people migrating her from St. Kitts and Nevis. Some actually were brought her prior to emancipation as what's that word called? Human trafficking, slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, chattel slavery.
Because as you would know, in St. Kitts, there in Independence Square, originally that was not called Independence Square because it wasn't independent. That was where the ships came in from Africa, and slaves were auctioned off in that square, right? And some were sent to near islands such as Nevis. Some went to Sable, some went to Statia, some went to Antigua, all over. Basically, St. Kitts was used sort of like guess you say like the
distribution.
That's it, like a Home Depot sort of thing, right?
Jeez.
Yeah, seriously, that's what it was for. And then some made their way to Bermuda. But anyway, be that as it may, then there was a second migration post-emancipation where, as you said, persons did come up to help build the Royal Naval Dockyard. Matter of fact, the Shadow Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Dwayne Robinson, lived in Dockyard.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So A lot of those buildings in the dockyard itself were built by Cotitians. So that's why you have in Somerset, you have a large proportion of the people from Somerset. Their grandfathers or great-grandfathers or grandparents came from St. Kitts or Nevis, right? And so there's been multiple migrations. You also had what they call the ladyship migration, where you had ships that were picking up provisions, food provisions in the Caribbean islands, and then sailing up to New York and Nova Scotia and stopping in Bermuda because they had to refuel and stuff like that, right? So a lot of Cotitians came up on what they call the ladyships. So be that as it may, the net result is that a good proportion of Bermudians, between 30 and 50% of Bermudians, can actually trace their heritage back to St. Kitts. And so they are entitled to citizenship. And that's where Mr. Daniel comes in.
Yes, and thank you for that wholesome context, and yes, complete history of our migration and how Haitians and Divisions called Bermuda their new home. And in terms of citizenship, we connect individuals to their heritage, as you just described, and provides a formal legal bond with St. Kitts and Nevis as well. So some of the benefits that persons will have acquiring St. Kitts and Nevis citizenship would be the right to live and work in St. Kitts and Nevis without any restriction, the ability to own property and conduct business as a citizen. They will have access to social services, education opportunities, the right to vote, fully participate in national life, to pass that citizenship on to generations as well.
Sorry, you dropped there a minute.
Where did you lose me?
You said you could pass on the citizenship. I couldn't hear that. That didn't come through.
Yes, I said the ability to pass on the citizenship to future generations as well.
Okay, we'll come back to that topic. And what is the requirements for someone to be eligible for citizenship?
So we do have different pathways to citizenship. We can have citizenship by descent, marriage, registration. Specifically for Bermuda, it would be citizenship by descent.
And what
entails it?
What will be the requirements for someone to fulfill that?
Sure. So one parent has to be born in St. Kitts and Nevis, and the applicant would just have to provide that certificate for their parents.
Parent or grandparent?
There are two pathways on the descent. So you have descent by parents, citizenship by grandparents. For the grandparents, it's if you have your parents and they didn't acquire citizenship, then they can acquire citizenship from the grandparents. However, there's
sorry, you're breaking up a bit there.
Sure.
Are you using
Can you hear me?
Are you using a Bluetooth phone?
No, I'm on the cell phone. 1 second.
Okay. Maybe Trump's.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, so citizenship by two grandparents. So there's an age restriction on that. So the child has to be 16 years or younger, and they would have to complete a medical certificate by their doctor, complete the application form, submit the pictures, have their grandparent birth certificate who was born in St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as a copy of their passport page. So in this instance, it would be a copy of the Bermudian passport page.
Okay. All right.
And then...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and then by descent, you can acquire citizenship by their parents, and that one is a little less requirements. Just need the applicant's birth certificate, application form, police background check, what we call it in St. Kitts and Nevis, And yeah, that's it.
So the police background check in Bermuda or St. Kitts police background
It
check?
would be Bermudian. So you'll just go to your local police. Yeah.
So like you wouldn't get disqualified for, let's say, speeding tickets.
No.
All right, I have a question came in from one of our listeners, one of my cousins. I won't call her name. She says, "Thank you for mentioning. Would you circle back to passing on citizenship to future generations? Could you give clarity on that?"
Yes. So for citizenship by descent, as I said, so it would be any person born in St. Kitts and Nevis can pass that on to their children. There are no age restrictions on that. So once you have a parent born in St. Kitts and Nevis, you can apply for citizenship through us. The only thing with that is the restriction would come into play would be citizenship through their grandparents. So again, there's an age restriction, 16 years and younger. So once a child turns 17, they no longer qualify for citizenship. And that's the unfortunate part. So if all of this is done before they turn 16, they would be able to acquire St. Kitts and Nevis citizenship.
Okay. So here we start getting into the gray area, I want to say. And I know you may not be able to answer this. Not that you don't have knowledge, but for protocol reasons, you may not be able to answer this. So we've had a succession of persons from the present government of St. Kitts and Nevis come here. We had Ambassador Walwyn, we've had Minister Duggins, and we've had Premier Brantley come here to speak to the, I guess you'll say, the Bermudians with St. Kitts and Nevis connections. And each one of them have pressed the merits of Bermudians coming back to St. Kitts or coming to St. Kitts and getting citizenship and investing in the country, which is all fine. That's great. But there's a problem. There is a problem. Your present constitution, or lack of a better term, our present constitution, only allows up until the third generation. That means anyone who's up to their grandparents were born in St. Kitts can get citizenship. Anyone after that are not, by your constitution, are not eligible for citizenship by descent.
That's correct.
Now, the logistical problem is that most of the persons who are now third generation Kittitians, for lack of a better term, I might be one of the youngest ones. Right, all of my cousins are third generation Kittitians, and I'm the baby of the family, and I'm knocking on 60. All right, so that means that you have people who are 60, 70, and 80 years old who are now basically third generation Kittitians. They aren't coming. They aren't. Their time on this earth is limited, and the chance of them coming to invest in St. Kitts is almost minimal. There's the fourth and fifth generation, but let's just say the fourth generation, my children's generation, people the age of the Honorable Dwayne Robinson here. They are the ones with large amounts of disposable income for the next 30 years of their working career, but they are not eligible for not yet eligible for citizenship. And we as the Bermudians, right, Bermudians with Kittitian heritage, have made it clear to each one of those officials that come here that that's really unacceptable. You cannot have a country that is selling citizenship by investment to people from all across the world, but then you deny your own people that are bloodlines Kittitians or Nevisians. Like, that makes no sense. So I'm just pre-warning you, if you're the one coming here, that this is what you're going to face, right? You want people to come here and invest, but the people that are eligible, the people that have the money to come here and invest or have the longevity of life to invest in St. Kitts aren't eligible for citizenship. So this is a double standard that needs to be dealt with. Every time we keep hearing oh well, the AG Wilkin is gonna address it, and we hear nothing more. So you may not want to answer that one.
Yes, and I'll just encourage, persons to take advantage of the available avenues that's currently available. And yes, the Attorney General is currently reviewing that concern. And it is indeed an important matter that the government of St. Kitts and Nevis is addressing. So, yes.
Because let's take Bermuda out of the context. You have Cotitians that have migrated throughout the Caribbean, St. Croix, the Virgin Islands, St. Martin, a lot in New York. How many of them are being excluded? Most of them who have migrated are not coming back for various different reasons. So in trying to encourage people to come back home, I know it's not you directly, but just saying, in trying to encourage people to come back home for various different reasons, population growth, stimulate the economy, you tell them come back home, but, your children can't come. Your children can't get citizenship. We have families in Bermuda that earn property in St. Kitts that can't pass on the property to their fourth generation because they don't have citizenship. We have people that, because there's a misspelling on a birth certificate, right, that they can't get the certificate. We have people that, they can't prove that this person is your daddy, but you can't prove that's your daddy. Like, there's some simply saying to you that Bermudians are interested in becoming citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis, but there's way too many hiccups going on down there that's preventing that from happening,
But I just want to say that there's also the pathway as well for citizenship by residence. So there's still another pathway for persons who may not be eligible for the other pathways, such as descent. Once you reside in St. Kitts and Nevis for a period of time, you do have that the same opportunities available for residency in St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as there's the CARICOM movement as well that allow persons to work in St. Kitts and Nevis, regardless of where they are from in the Caribbean. And again, citizenship for our third generation beyond in Bermuda is definitely something, as I said, the Attorney General is definitely reviewing at the moment. But our citizenship is governed by our Constitution, and for the time being, that's what the Constitution states, and we're governed by the Constitution.
Yeah, I understand that, and I'm saying I don't want you to take anything personal, but I don't want
okay.
When whoever comes here, I don't know if it's you. Are you coming to Bermuda?
Yes,
okay. So I don't want when you come here, your hello.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I don't want when you come to Bermuda, you're met with this barrage of questions that you were unprepared of or unknowledgeable about, right? Because it's easy to say, well, you get citizenship by residency, but I don't see any Bermudians going to just, unless they're retired and got good income, no one's getting up to leave Bermuda to reside in St. Kitts just to get citizenship. People. Let's be frank. Bermudians make decent money. We have a high cost of living, but we have high income here, right? St. Kitts needs more investment in St. Kitts, right? You have plenty of land down there. But how are people, let's say my daughter's I have 3 daughters, they're in the 20s and 30s. How can I encourage them to invest in St. Kitts when they would be denied even getting citizenship? This is the quandary that we're in, and I'm encouraging you to get back to the Minister of, who's the Minister of Foreign Affairs currently?
It's Minister Douglas, but the Constitution is being handled. The citizenship is being addressed by Attorney General Wilkin.
Right. So I would encourage you via your diplomatic channels to tell Minister Douglas, who has a lot of cousins, sir. He has been to Bermuda as well.
Yes, he has.
Let's get with it, like, because times are wasting. Like people who are willing to invest in St. Kitts financially, buying property, building Airbnbs, whatever else, help the tourism. That would help the tourism, but we can't have it one way where our money is coming on there, but you're denying us citizenship when people from all other countries are buying into citizenship. That's an affront to our birthright,
And I thank you for that. And yes, as I said, we will definitely bring those concerns.
Yeah.
And be ready for our meeting on February 25th. We're definitely encouraging all the Bermudians to come on out. My colleague from the Ministry of Tourism and myself would be there to address any issues, concerns, and that is why we're going to be there, to have the one-on-one dialogue as we navigate these.
And when exactly do you arrive in Bermuda?
I arrived the 24th.
Oh, okay. All right. Same time as the CTO.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I look forward to you coming to Bermuda to meet your cousins. And I just need to clear something up with this young lady sitting across from me. Now, here's the funny thing about when people are migrating, and it happens at Ellis Island and it happens at other places. People get to the immigration and you say your surname, right? The person who's interviewing you or whatever may misspell something. Back then you didn't have spell check when you're writing writing people's names, right? Mm-hmm. So you have this quite a few Bermudians who have surnames now that when they left St. Kitts, the surname was something different. And I'll give you a prime example. Start with something small like Braun. How do you spell Braun? How do you spell Braun, Dwayne?
B-R-O-Y-N. W-N.
B-R-O.
We get Y.
B-R-O-W-N, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Right. So you have some
I said
people,
Y by mistake.
Right.
Okay.
You have some people with Braun with an E on the end.
Yes.
Right? Like Lewis Braun Evans.
And
her daddy was a Braun with an E on the end.
Yeah, I have a cousin with the E on the end.
Now, how do you spell Webb?
Well, W-E-double-B. Or B-B, however you want to say it.
How do you spell Webb?
W-E-B.
Right. Now, Mr. Daniel, in St. Kitts, how do you spell Webb?
Yeah, they may have different variations.
My teacher was aware with a double B.
Right. No, I mean, I know it's double B's as well. Like,
yes.
Yeah, so it's WB and some have an E on the end.
Okay.
Right?
I think I see what they
More important, you have the word base, and some spell it with B-A-I-S-D-E-N, and some spell it B-I-A-S-D-E-N. They all came from St. Kitts. Somebody at immigration misspelled it, right? Mm-hmm. Now, more particular, Daniel.
Yes.
Now, we have, in Bermuda, we don't have many people with the last name Daniel with no S. We have a lot of people with the last name Daniels, correct?
Daniels, yes.
Daniels is a common name, and they are of Kittitian origin.
Yes.
So somebody came here, and the immigration guy just put an S on there. Oh, is 3 of you? Okay, that's Daniels down, plural, right?
So is that where you're saying that my family is? Well, my in-laws.
Mr. Alvin Daniels.
Yes.
Yeah, that one, my cousin. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That they come from St. Kitts.
Okay.
I got the DNA proof.
And his cousin's on the line right now.
Well, clearly.
Yeah, Daniel.
But it's Daniel. It's not Daniel.
Just so fast.
Yes.
So I'm just letting you know, Mr. Daniel, that you're gonna meet some people with the last name Daniels who are actually your cousins.
Yes, including my father-in-law.
Okay. And so look forward to meeting everyone on February 25th. So come on out, and we'll look forward to a one-on-one.
Okay, I have a question came in from someone. They asked, how long does one need to reside in St. Kitts to qualify for citizenship by residency?
14 years.
14 years.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have
Okay.
another question. Is Bermuda part of the CARICOM pathway to leave her and work in St. Kitts? That was the question.
It's a case by case, so that is why we come into Bermuda, so we can address these concerns one-on-one. So I would encourage that person, they can reach out ahead and email me at info@nyconsulate.gov.kn. And I'll repeat that, info@nyconsulate.gov.kn. And we can definitely have some of these answers ready for when we get there.
All right, because right now, St. Kitts is not has not adopted the freedom of movement of labor. So that isn't in place in St. Kitts at present. It's certainly Barbados, Belize, Dominica, and St. Vincent. But anyway, Mr. Daniel with no S, thank you for calling. And please convey our warmest regards to Minister Douglas.
Will do. Thank you.
All right.
And have a good evening.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Just like that, it's another one in the can. We'll be back next Thursday. If you got anything else you want to close out on before I wrap it up?
Yeah, I do. One last thing I want to close out on. Anyone watch the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone watch the halftime show?
I did watch that, yeah.
Yeah.
And you saw Bad Bunny. You said the Bermuda flag.
Yes, Benito, yes, I did watch
Shout
it.
out to Benito.
Yes.
Bermuda Live on YouTube.
The thing about it is, I think Bad Bunny, Benito did more for Caribbean unity than many politicians ever could.
My God.
All right? In the sense he should, well, he and the persons who were there with him should. I saw the flags of America, which is, United States of America,
Yes.
which everybody thinks that's the only America. America is the whole continent, right?
Yes.
The flags of some of the biggest islands were there. Flags of some of the biggest countries. Brazil has a population of 300 million people. There were also flags of some of the smaller islands, Saba, St. Eustatius, St. Kitts, and Bermuda. So what he did by having all those flags out was to show no matter what size you are, no matter where your geographic location is, we're all one people, right? And that was a big fat whatever to Mr. Trump and his acolytes. So I just want to say, gracias, bonito, gracias.
They'll be all right.
And with that,
They'll be all right.
Yes, a good note to end on unity in the community.
And he better not. Let me tell y'all something. He better not, because I don't know why MP Famous decided to start this. All right, but he better not talk about you better sing next year or whoever they get for next year that they need to sing in English. No, all right. I couldn't understand a lick of what he was saying, but I was vibing. Okay. I was vibing.
They want somebody come
Right.
sing about the Old Town Road and stuff like that.
No.
and for those who those ones way in the back, right? I'm gonna say it later. Just look at Bonita as her and act yourself. They'll tell you he's our cousin.
Yeah, oh, he is. I believe it. You had me singing. I don't know what he was saying, but I was singing it.
No,
Whoa.
because think about it, right? The reality historically, Puerto Rico had a large proportion of African slaves brought there,
Absolutely.
and they were mixed with the Taino and the Spanish, right? So the drum beats are the salsa and all the merengue and all of that's African drums.
Yeah, that's what he was conveying.
Right.
You know, not just who he is now, but roots.
Right.
That's what it was about.
Absolutely.
Well, with that, we always appreciate the listening audience giving us their ear and also to stopping us on the street and letting us know what you want to hear about. We will be back next Thursday for another show, and you will look out for what that topic is going to be. But until then, be safe, stay warm, drive safely, get home safely, and we will be back next Thursday.
All of us?
Yes, all of us.
Bermuda Live on
It's that
YouTube.
exciting-
Subscribe now.